And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They'll run on first down. Crosby. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On first down, Crosby, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 15. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They'll try the left side. Crosby, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The The Raider offense set to get this drive started. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. It's certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Steps away toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He'll drop to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Elliott good with a PAT. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. This complete to Langford. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Hands it off out of the gun. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Jacobs. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll set up to throw. Reception here by Ruggs. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw. On the move to his left. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw...
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
They'll try and throw for it. Forced out to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
They'll try and run it here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run on first down. Crosby, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Crosby. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it in.
And this is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Crosby. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Pulled in at the 24. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now here's a carry heading left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
across midfield inside the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And it's back to the 22.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Devontae Smith. 78 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. There on the sack. Good pressure. And it's second down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Second and 5. They'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw again. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll take this back all the way past the 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. A first down carry by Elliott. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
13 yards remaining on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Again, it's Elliott. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. Incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll try the left side. Crosby. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They got 8 yards out of it, but they're still after the 4th and goal from a ways out. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Sheds off the tackle. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They'll run on first down. Crosby. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 9 now. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's got room. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off around the 27. And some room to run now. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Connects with Ruggs. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, next up, it's the Broncos on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. Okay, here we go. The Raiders now on the clock. All right, the Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jets now on the clock. The Patriots on the clock right now. Let's see who they have their eye on. The Bengals now on the clock. Let's see what they do. Okay, the Eagles on the clock now. Okay, the Chiefs are on the clock now. Okay, the Giants up now. They're on the clock. The Giants are on the clock now. Okay, here we go. The Cardinals now on the clock. Okay, next up, it's the Packers on the clock. Okay, it's the Bucks now on the clock. The Titans now on the clock. The Lions on the clock now. What direction will they go? It's the Cowboys now on the clock. Now we turn to the Steelers. They're on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. All right, it's the Eagles now on the clock. It's the Saints now on the clock. All right, on the clock now, the Lions. All right, on the clock now, the Bills. All right, the Ravens are now on the clock. Okay, here we go. Washington now on the clock. Okay, the Chargers up now. They're on the clock. Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock. Okay, the Browns on the clock now. The football team now on the clock. Let's see what they do. All right, next up, the Jets are on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Falcons. The Vikings are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Broncos, and time is ticking. The Jaguars are up now. Let's see what direction they go in. The Raiders now on the clock. And now on the clock, it's the 49ers. On the clock now, it's the Seahawks, and time is ticking. The Patriots are now on the clock. All right, next up, the Bengals are on the clock. The Dolphins now on the clock. The Chiefs are up now. Let's see what direction they go. Okay, the Bears are on the clock now. On the clock now, it's the Giants, and time is ticking. And now on the clock, it's the Cardinals. All right, the Packers are now on the clock. All right, next up, the Bucks are on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. Okay, it's the Rams up now. They're on the clock. The Cowboys on the clock now. What direction will they go? Washington is now on the clock. Okay, here we go. The Colts now on the clock. Okay, it's the Saints now on the clock.